are you doing?
How are you, Healy?
Hi, Joy. I'm doing fine here in Zone 10, Southern California, just enjoying the sunshine. I promise you, it is probably literally sunny and 72 today.
Nice. It's not too shabby over here. We're dipping up into the 60s, and it's sunny, so it's not bad. Not bad at all.
That's good. So, what have you been doing since our last glamorous and glorious live stream? How's your
I had a
garden been doing?
pretty good weekend, productive, I would say.
Hmm.
I've been starting hardening off some plants. The onions and leeks and artichokes. Those don't mind too
Hmm.
much, so I've started them. What else? And celery. I have a bunch of celery that I'm hardening off because this is like the main thing I got accomplished. I
Hmm.
made like a mini greenhouse. Let me. I
Uh,
forgot. I'm supposed to pull up the picture,
I was gonna say, do
but
you have some pictures to share? Because I definitely want to see that.
it's it's super DIY
Hey,
stuff.
hey, you speaking to my heart now.
So I had one of those shelving units, plastic things you pick up wherever,
Hmm.
and I've used it in the past to harden stuff off, but it was always open. So I
Yeah,
had this idea that to close it up, get that plastic stuff that you get in Amazon or whatever. It's
yeah.
basically like that super thin plastic that's like a shower curtain material,
Hmm.
basically.
Yeah.
So I ordered one, and it was gonna be like what I should have worked, but they sent the wrong one. So I'm like, so now I gotta return it. So then I got
Hmm.
thinking, and I've thought of this before, but I never like executed. So I was like, I'm gonna make my own, dang it.
That's hey.
So I already had greenhouse plastic because I've done greenhouse hoop house, let's say, not greenhouse. So I already
Uh-huh.
had the thicker plastic, which was better than the shower curtain plastic. I just had to like buy some extra stuff for getting it all connected. So I got like the weatherproof tape, and then
Hmm.
also I decided to go with Velcro because I thought that's gonna work for me. Well, we'll see, obviously. So
Let's see.
currently, this is how it looks.
Oh wow.
So it's a
Oh yeah.
roll up door kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
and there's like a dowel in there to keep it steady. And
How
yeah,
many shelves is it?
it's a four, I guess four, yeah,
Four
with the
shelves.
top
Okay.
shelf, yeah. So I made the top extra tall so that I could utilize the top too, not just the middle, shelves. I
Yeah.
think I just have to, maybe because the sides are like all wrinkly, I might have to attach something more stiff, some kind of little little thin
Oh yeah, some bars in the
boards
side.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
does it zip down?
it'll
Uh,
roll down
Oh, roll down.
and
Okay.
roll up. Yeah,
Okay.
the
But
zipper
you
would
have
have been
that.
ideal, but it would have
Uh-huh.
required me to sew, and that was
Sister
just too
girl.
much.
That's okay. We don't have time for that. So that's something that you have inside your basement.
No, this is gonna be outside.
Oh, it's gonna be outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's what I'm preparing the plants to go into, and for those days where it gets back down to the freezing temperatures, then at least they'll
Mm-hmm.
have that protection and stay outside. Because I need to clear up space in my basement because I need to get my tomatoes and
So,
those plants going. It's about time for those.
so for your zone, so zone six, now
Six,
would you
yeah.
say 6A, 6B, or
Six
doesn't matter?
B. It says B, but
6B. So what is your last what is it? The last
frost.
frost
Yeah, the
date?
last frost date, depending on which app or you know internet thing you go to, it could be
Mm-hmm.
from like early May, May 10th, to all the way like a 10-day buffer, May 20th, something like that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you get those freak weather patterns that everybody says don't plant anything until Mother's Day,
I do, you
and
know what now?
after.
For places that have cooler weather, I have heard that like Mother's Day is that's like the day. So
Mm.
I've heard about that. Now my dad is in Southern Louisiana. He is in zone 9B. And I just talked to him yesterday. He's out in his garden. I mean, but when are we not in our garden?
Right.
He's actually doing some stuff with his chicken coop, kind of
Mm.
like rebuilding the chicken coop, making it fancy for the chickens, Girl, the price of eggs, I would build them
Exactly.
a Ritz-Carlton hotel. Like they would have everything he need. He's working on that though. So, and the weather is warm, but I know he recently had some rain. I'm not sure if they're gonna like dip back down into cooler weather. I think well, certainly the cold weather is over.
Mm.
Maybe some 60s or something like that at night. The New Orleans gardener, she's also in southern Louisiana
Oh,
area,
okay.
so she would know about that too. Here, we had some rain last week,
Yeah.
and got we got down, into the 60s. I thought I was gonna die. It's too cold. But speaking of what we've been doing since the last live stream, I have really been working on my fruit trees. So I have almost everything in containers or in raised beds, and that includes several fruit trees. I had a royally cherry tree that died on me. I replaced it, but thank goodness the nursery that I went to, they have a lifetime guarantee on
Oh,
trees.
nice.
So I just had to bring them the old dead tree. I did, girl. I dug it up, put it in a garbage bag, and brought it there, and they swapped me out with a brand new one. And I'm so glad. I bought that tree in 2022.
Mm.
2022. I didn't have my receipt, but I took a picture of my receipt. So if you're making garden purchases, is there anything you think you might have to return or whatever, especially stuff with extended warranties or
Mm.
guarantees or whatever, take a picture of your receipt in case you lose the paper, which I
Yeah.
did. But I showed them the picture of the receipt. I brought the tree. They gave me a replacement, and I'm thankful because the trees now are $10 more than what they were when I bought them.
Right.
And girl, $10 in gardening money. That's like 50 or 100. So
Right.
every penny is precious.
You're right.
So I got that repotted yesterday. I actually repotted my August Pride peach tree because that one was not looking well. I had a lot of dried and shriveled branches.
Mhm.
And again, with everything being in a pot, I did a lot of research on my soil mix. So I switched up my soil mix, repotted that, and now I'm just gonna go down the line with almost all of my fruit trees, blueberry bushes that I have in containers. So I'm gonna be working on that probably for the next 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So that's mostly what I've been up to.
Awesome. I also, in between all this, on Saturday, there's a channel called The Urban Gardener. Um,
Yes.
and I was able to catch it just at the moment. He was doing just a come up, anybody can come up thing, community type thing. And so I was
Okay.
able to catch it in time, and I was able to sit down with him for like 15 minutes, I guess,
Oh
and
wow.
share a little bit. So that was super fun. That was like so
So
nerve
what did
wracking,
you
but
talk about? Let us know, because of course we're all gonna head over and we're gonna watch that replay. But tell us what did y'all talk about?
I think, well, obviously you always just introduce yourself and where you're growing and everything. We
Mm-hmm.
talked a little bit about the city, New York City, because he travels there once in a while and he really enjoys it. And that having
Mm-hmm.
been my backyard as a kid, it was yeah. So we bonded over that.
Yes.
But yeah, otherwise it was just another get to know you a little bit type of format.
That's
But
cool.
yeah,
I
he's trying to do that like more often, where he just lets you invites people up and you just click the
mm-hmm.
link if you have StreamYard. So learn your StreamYard.
I am trying to get more into live streams and like join more live streams. Just the issue that I have, I'm just the times just don't line up.
Yeah.
I do watch several YouTube gardeners that are in California or are in the Pacific time zone,
Mhm.
but most of the time, I'm just not available. I'm not online when the live stream, and then everybody else is either Central or East Coast time frame, and I'm hardly ever able to get into the live stream, or if I'm in a live stream, I'm driving or I'm working, so I can't really participate.
Right.
But I try to do what I can. But that's very interesting, and I like that idea of holding live streams and just, kind of let people come up, introduce themselves, give their like their channel or their contact information and stuff.
Mhm.
I like that. And I think that's something that we, maybe should look into, after some time, after
Yeah.
we get it
We,
straight, after
right.
we, yeah, that's something. And then, I mean, stream y'all, we, we gotta look for the free option right now,
Yep.
because I'm not getting paid. I'm, I'm not getting paid. So, we got to stick with the free options. We're going to use all of our available resources, and then go from there.
Yeah.
So, today's topic, tell us about it, Miss Joy.
So this is a little more of a history, a little background into our background. I always like listening to the stories people tell of,
Mm-hmm.
where they've gotten their inspiration from, maybe, or who their inspirations were. And usually,
Mm-hmm.
it's your grandma. It's usually the main
Yeah.
person that got you here now. And you might have just done it a little bit as a kid and never did it again until way later in life. But that's okay. That's better
Mm-hmm.
than nothing. So I just
Mm-hmm.
want to tell a little bit about my little history. You have yours, and I just like to hear that stuff.
Well, we're gonna let you go first, though, Miss Joy.
All right, all right. So I tried to be all techie with it, but this is like a touchscreen kind of situation.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not like I'm plugged into a desktop. So I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't figure out, like, there's nowhere to plug in like a USB or anything. And
Oh,
obviously with the
okay.
free version, I can't just like load stuff onto it. So this is
Mm,
going to be a very like hands-on show and tell type situation.
okay. But we like it though. We like it. We want to see it.
So I got some pictures, and I was going through my album this weekend because of this, and I was like, half of it is falling apart, so now I have to buy more albums to like rearrange my albums.
Oh, yeah.
Because like sometimes it's in the sun and the plastic just crumbles like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up with like my family, but my grandmother raised me like from when I was like 5, and then like uncles and aunts and stuff from
Yeah.
5 to 10. My mother, who's a nurse in the Philippines, I'm sorry if I didn't mention that. So she traveled. She came to America, in that nurse situation with where you're in part of a group, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called, but so I wasn't with her for 5 whole years. I didn't see her. I might have spoken to her on the phone like once or twice. But
Yeah.
so my extended family raised me, and my grandmother had, I'm not sure how many acres because they didn't call it acres back then, but it was a good sized piece of property on a
As
mountain,
far as the eye could see.
on a mountainside,
Mm-hmm.
and it just so happens that it was the American Army base was bordering like um, one of the sides and then a little bit of the top. So I got to meet like American soldiers back then too. So
Oh,
that was very
wow.
interesting. So anyway, the land. So the Philippines is pretty much a volcanic island, and
Mm-hmm.
there's still volcanic activity there from time to time. So the land is very rich. So we didn't have trouble
Very, very.
growing a lot of things. And let's see if I can get a picture up. So that's my grandmother, and I'm
Hi,
standing.
grandmother.
I'm standing
Oh, wow.
next to a banana tree there,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a lot of bananas and bamboo all over.
Mm-hmm.
This one, let's see, got a picture of my cousins there. But overhead is a mango tree,
Oh,
like huge
oh.
mango tree that draped and
Where's
covered
like
the
the
bamboo.
where's like the oh where's that emoji?
All right.
Oh, where is it?
All right. So we grew so many. I mean, I don't know how they got there. They might have always been there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very easy for like seeds to just fall and grow something.
Yeah.
So, but I know my grandmother had like pineapple. It was rare that she didn't take care of things. She just let come up what came up.
Just
She
let it
wasn't
grow.
a
Mm-hmm.
gardener per se.
Mm-hmm.
So we had pineapple. We had yucca, I guess, is the. I think we have another word for it, but it's yucca here.
Mm-hmm.
She had like a water spinach type plant that would just, there was a waterway where we lived, so there would
Okay.
just be pools, and there would just be, I think they were water spinach. I'm not exactly sure what
Mm-hmm.
like cultivar they were. And what else was it? Oh, and there was one cocoa tree, and it like fruited ones with one fruit.
What
It seems to be like a trend with my life, with one tree and one fruit. But
did you get the fruit though?
yes, we did
Did
get
you
the fruit.
okay, well that's
And so that's how I learned about, that how that tree works, and
mm-hmm.
how it existed. But yeah, if she had been more savvy with gardening, she wasn't a gardener, at least not at the time that I was with her. She might have been when she was younger. But so
Mm-hmm.
she just let things be. But there was just such an abundance of all these freshness around me. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that stayed with me throughout, and the value of that stuff. So that just helped. Yeah, that definitely helped shape me until up to now. But I'll
Uh-huh.
stop there. I'll go on in a little bit, let you
A
give
little bit.
your little younger days. What do you
Well,
remember
I'll
like first happening?
yeah, I'll tell you this. So we do have the one thing in common, our grandmothers. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it was, something about that generation. But my grandmother and my grandfather, my dad's parents, they were farmers, gardeners, sharecroppers, homesteaders. I mean, I know each word means something different,
Mhm.
but they definitely um, lived off the land, and they definitely, worked the soil. And I just remember even being young, what going in the garden, going in the fields, of course I was doing all the work. Of course I was helping if it weren't for me, nah.
Right.
I'm just playing, but I just remember from an early age just being exposed to gardening and just growing food, growing vegetables. Of course I didn't understand the mechanics of it all, but I used to watch her um grow, and it just seems so natural. I say that gardening is in my DNA because I really think it is, and it's because of my grandmother. I used to go with her to the French market in the French quarters in New Orleans to help her sell
Mm.
the fruits and the vegetables that she grew. So we sold in the French market. We would sell to local houses, residences and stuff. I know she also sold to some local grocery stores and stuff. Hey, look at David.
Hey,
Hey,
David.
how you doing? So we had that as an experience, me, my cousins, all of that kind of stuff. But I think I took a more keen interest in it. I love nature. So to me, gardening and nature, they're just, just like tied together.
Mhm.
And I feel like I have a connection with the earth and with nature. And so gardening came real natural, to me. And I remember, like I was saying before we started recording, and I probably mentioned this before, going to the grocery store and getting the bag of red beans and, saving a few out of the bag, or maybe the ones that, you know, didn't quite make it to the pot. I would dig those in the ground in the backyard, and they will grow. Now, I didn't grow enough, to make a pot of beans, but
Right.
I mean, they would grow, and that eventually led to putting other, seeds of plants in the ground
Mhm.
and getting, some progress. But also living in Southern Louisiana, it's a lot of pest pressure.
Mm.
And being a young person, I didn't really, quite understand how to get rid of the pest, or I would be growing something and it'll look so well, and I would be so proud and so happy. And then I would come home after school and run to the backyard, and the plant would be chewed into non existence.
Aw.
But that didn't deter me. So growing up and, just everywhere that I've been, uh, I've always had something, even if it was just, a couple seeds in a solo cup or, a small patch of, I don't even want to say land, just a small piece of the yard or,
Mhm.
um, even growing above ground because when I was renting, some landlords and stuff, they don't like you to grow in the ground. And I understand that, I get it. I get it. But I feel like gardening and growing fruits and vegetables and herbs, I feel like it's always been with me in some form or another. So shout out inspiration to my grandmother. She will be 101 this year.
Wow.
I just talked to her, I think like a couple weeks ago. And she's doing fine. She's doing well. I still ask her stuff about the garden and she still answers me. She
Wow.
still has all of the knowledge. If she is not a master gardener, there are no master gardeners. I mean, our grandparents, I think they really, and it could be like if they lived through tougher times, they lived through times with less technology.
Yeah.
Um, but they had that knowledge and that wisdom. It stuck with them. She passed it down to my dad, who is an avid gardener, and I get a lot of like my experience from him also. And he helps to motivate me and encourage me to keep going. So I guess you could say gardening is a family thing. And that's my inspiration.
Hi, Debbie. Thanks for stopping
I
in.
let's see. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm playing around with these things because I know that you can show the comments. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm trying to like flash through them as we speak. So if we don't immediately say hello or whatever, I'm trying to flash up the comments so you know that we see you. Thank you so much for joining us in this live stream. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, going back to what you were saying, how she sold vegetables. My grandmother, before that part, my grandmother would take some of the produce that she would harvest, and yeah, she'd make pies, let's say. And
Mm-hmm.
so we'd be up at the crack of dawn because I had to help. I had to be up too.
Yeah.
And she would, grate it with just, big thing and just grate. And she'd grate pounds and pounds of stuff and make
Mm-hmm.
these pies. And we would walk around the mountains basically and just
Yeah.
not go door to door, knocking on people's
Mm-hmm.
doors and selling stuff. So that's definitely where I got a lot of my entrepreneurial spirit of, sell things, make money, hide your money under the bed.
Yeah. I mean, so tell us, go ahead, tell us a little bit more about that. So you had that early entrepreneurship training, you maybe you didn't know it, but your grandmother
Yeah.
was training you. And so how has that, put you in the position that you're in today with what you're doing?
Well, I'm hoping I'm hoping I'm doing okay because I feel like I I'm not as like forward. uh she was outgoing and she pushed
Mm-hmm.
herself and she was in front of people, and I feel like I'm a little bit more reserved. I take a backseat approach to a lot of things, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting better even
Yeah.
now. As I'm getting older, I think you lose some of that inhibition anyway.
That,
So so now I have like my seedling sale, or at least get to be out there. And the
mm-hmm.
more years I'm doing it, and the more comfortable I am with talking about the plants of what I'm selling, sharing the knowledge, it's been, yeah, it's been really helpful having had that that background. And also my uncle, for a time I lived with him, and he lived in
Mm-hmm.
an apartment, but his backyard was a whole rice paddy, like acres and acres
Wow.
and acres of rices.
Wait, so you know how to grow rice? You have to do a
Well,
video
I've
on that.
seen it.
Oh,
Yes. I don't
we
know.
look, we looking for lessons now. Because I actually have some rice seeds.
All
I have
right.
some rice seeds. I actually bought them. I think I bought them from MI Gardner.
Yeah, that's very
Uh,
good.
and I want to grow them, but I'm not, Chris. So come on now, Joy.
Oh,
Don't keep the secrets.
you're gonna
Come on
have
now.
you're gonna do well because your weather isn't cold, so you should get them in. But what is it? Yeah, let them sit in wet for a while, like swamp, basically. Just let them sit in
Uh-huh.
there, and they'll be fine.
So if I just have kind of like a tub, I don't know if you remember, so I when I did my seed and soil experiment, I had those kind of like those bowls. I think maybe 2 or 3 inches deep. Maybe not that deep, but
Mhm.
a kind of bowl like thing. Can I start off
Yes,
in that
you can. Yes,
or or
definitely.
di okay, all right. Because can you like transplant rice, or is
Hmm.
it once you start growing it, you have to keep it, in the original container?
Nope, they're definitely transplantable because that's how they mostly do it. The people in the rice paddies, like
Uh-huh.
if you've seen any of the nature videos, you see them like bent over and plugging plugs into the
Yeah.
like irrigated, flooded. They're flooded
Uh-huh.
beds. So they've already taken their seedlings and they're plugging them in, but they started them off somewhere else.
So like how much soil is it and how much water is it? Like do you like would I like fill a bowl maybe like halfway with soil and then just flood it the rest of the way with water and then like just I don't know, sprinkle the seeds in there? Like, come on, Joe,
What
you
I
gotta help me out.
what I did was I took like a cat litter pan basically, so that's like 4 inches, and I just
Okay.
made like 3 inches of soup, like mud soup,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, I plunked in all my seeds, and you can just scatter them if you want, but I was a
Uh,
little more methodical.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once they get 3, 4, 5 inches tall, whenever you're ready, then I would get a deeper vessel, definitely deeper,
Okay.
18 inches maybe if you can,
Oh, wow.
and then
Okay.
I don't, and it depends how wide you can get it, but maybe those like beer, not beer, they're like tin, metal. People put beer in them to ice buckets, like ice buckets. Those ice bucket things,
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty deep and wide. You might need a few of them, but those you can definitely flood. Don't put any holes in it. Um, yeah, and then when you're ready, just dot
So
them.
so am I taking pretty much the whole, like my whole original bowl of soup with
Hmm.
seeds, and once the seeds start sprouting, do I kind of, I don't know, do I let it like dry out enough where I can, I don't know, like pick up the whole thing, or am I just
No,
scooping it out? Like, does the rice mind being
it's
kind
like
of
onions,
like
pretty much.
disturbed?
It's like any grass, like onions. You can take one at a time and plunk them in. I wouldn't do like I mean, I guess you could just take a scoop and plop it some to the next thing. You could do that.
Okay. And then I'm adding more soil and more water.
I would keep it at the same level. So
Okay.
when you
So
plug it
keep it
back
at the
into
same
the
level,
soup,
but I just need it deeper because the
yeah, the
the
roots are
rice is
gonna come
gonna
down.
grow. Okay.
Right.
Now, do I need to fertilize? Cause look, I'm looking at David Court. I mean, we serious. I'm trying to, because I have those seeds, so I'm trying to see what I can do. Do I have to fertilize? Like, what's the
I
best soil? Come on, Joy, tell us the goods.
this wasn't where I was expecting to go.
You
Okay.
done got us started though. This is inspiration. See, you are inspiring me
Oh, thank you.
to try to grow this rice.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I think if you just start off with a balanced, nutrient soil, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had the feel that you need to keep like adding nutrients to it. And I would
Okay.
definitely stick with real stuff, not synthetics, but that's up to you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a balance, with some chicken or cow or whatever manure you want to put, I think you'll be okay for the whole season
Okay. You know what? I
because
don't
the
know,
water isn't
Joy. I,
going
I
anywhere.
think I
It's
might
not
try it.
draining
The
out
only
or
thing that
anything.
I'm gonna need is a taller thing. Now let me ask you this. Could I grow maybe a limited amount in a standard 5 gallon bucket,
Oh,
like a Home Depot
yeah,
bucket or
yeah,
something, just to start off to try it?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, you know what? We all right. We might have a 2025 rice challenge
Yeah, I
or
like
something.
that.
I mean,
I like
hey,
that.
folks, you heard it here. Joy 2025 rice challenge.
Yep,
Not
yep.
me, but her.
Oh.
2025 rice challenge with Joy. But no, for real, because I have a 5 gallon bucket that does not have holes in it, and I mean, I have a lot of soil. I got a lot of soil around, and if the rice is not picky, um, I might be able to get something started.
You should,
I mean,
but
yeah.
you should start before me because you have the ability to.
I can now. Okay, so in a 5-gallon bucket,
Mhm.
like how much soil is it gonna be? Like half soil, and then
No, all the way
I
up,
don't know.
all the way up.
So soil all the way up, and
Just
then water
yeah,
and just water.
and keep it
Now, if I
simple.
need to leave it in the five, because what if I can't? I don't know if I will. I'm trying to do it the whole thing from like
Oh,
from
okay.
like seed to harvest
Yeah,
in the 5-gallon bucket, because this is just an experiment.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So is it so would I still fill it like almost all the way to the or let's say like 75% with soil and then water all the way? Because you said it has to be soggy, right?
Yeah, keep it soupy. You got to keep it soupy for like what's the hard maturity time? I'd say
For
for
like
the
a while.
majority of its life, it's got to be in soup, and then you let it
Okay.
dry out towards the end. So like 80% of the time frame you're going
It
with,
has to be soup.
I would
Okay.
keep it
And I
soupy.
yeah, I can do that. And full sun. Well, yeah, full sun. I've seen rice pads before,
Yeah,
so full sun.
yeah.
So David asked, Joy, is that shampoo ginger behind you?
It is not. It is one of those straw. I keep forgetting what they're called. Straw plants is what I hear.
A
Like
straw plant.
a fake, some kind of fake cane or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have to look it up.
Okay.
But
Oh, David says,
it needs
oh yeah, he says a small kiddie pool. I was thinking about that, but David, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm trying to use what I have. So check this out. If I do the 5-gallon bucket, rice thing, and if I get like one rice grain, yo, that's that's the standard. If I can get one rice grain, like if I can get it to work
Mhm.
in a 5-gallon bucket, then maybe next time I'll invest in a small kiddie pool. Maybe I could buy it this summer when they go on sale, and then I'll
Yeah.
have it, like for next year. I might try to do that. And this is Happy Mac is saying that yes, grow right. Y'all look, come on, because we need somebody with us. Now notice I keep up me and Joy. Like I done did all of this talking, but I'm saying me and Joy, y'all, you know what? We should do it. We should do it. If you have, rice seed, rice grain. Can I use rice out the bag? Can I do it like I used to do the red beans?
No,
No.
you got to buy it. The seeds.
Okay. Well, I do have some rice seeds from M.I. Gardner,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna try it. I am. I'm gonna try it. So
So the first time I did it, I didn't have enough of a season. The second time I
uh,
did it, the mice got to them. So this time it's
dirty
gonna be the
rats.
charm. I'm gonna get it done this year. I'm gonna have
We're gonna
rice.
do it. So here, so our temperature is we're already up into the 70s, like solid, low to mid 70s already. So you saying I'm good. This is the
You're
time.
good. Oh yeah,
Okay.
lucky you.
I'm gonna get that bucket. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna just say I'm gonna try to do it by this weekend. Today is Monday. I'm gonna try to do it this weekend because my current project right now is really working on my fruit trees, and I bought another pink lemonade blueberry plant to replace the one that died. I actually recorded a video yesterday, and I'm almost finished editing it, so that video will go up later today. So you'll see more what I'm talking about. But I've already had the blueberry plant in like the original little small pot, the little planter pot that it came in. It's already been in there for I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 days. So I need to get it planted. I'm also trying to save my bountiful blue blueberry, which is I'm gonna say it's probably about 92% dead.
Mhm.
But I cut it back to the point where I did see, some green, some living tissue in the branches.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. So I kind of have like a projects already, but the rice, I'm gonna get to it by this weekend. I'm gonna do a video on it. Joy, I'm gonna be waiting, future down the line for your video.
All
David,
right.
All right, David, I'm hitting you up. Happy Mac. Who else is in here, y'all? We got to get this 2025, rice challenge. And I don't know, do you think we'll at least be able to harvest I don't know, like a half a cup,
Yeah, definitely.
a cup,
Yeah.
enough to make like one little dish,
Yeah,
one
you can
one
taste something.
one small dish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
we
Yeah.
need that. Look at David say you really should do it. No, we. Come on, David. Join us. Join us, David.
We'll make the hashtag what?
We will.
Rice
We will do it.
Challenge
We'll do it.
2025.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right.
I like it. I like it.
All right. All right. We'll get it going. Oh yeah. So going back to that, that's when I first ate escargot. My uncle knew some recipe for snails, and they were rice paddy snails, so they were clean.
Uh-huh.
So that was the first time I ever ate snails. But anyway, he also grew like just a little field of like a bok choy, one of those Asian green type choys.
Mm-hmm.
But at that same time, he got one chicken. He got one chicken from someone. He had it in
Uh-huh.
a little box in the kitchen, and this is all like very third world country style, like homes. Like everything was very rudimentary, no
Yeah.
fanciness. So it was in a little box in the kitchen, and we'd take the poop, and I was in charge. I was the chore to scoop it out and put it in the garden, and I had to do the watering. But these plants were like beautiful. I have yet to grow my own to look like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to take that to market, and I was able to earn 100 pesos, which is like, I don't know, nothing in American dollars.
Hey, but it was
But
something
it
though.
was
At least
really
you
meaningful.
saw like the reward for your
Yeah.
labor, and it was tangible.
Yes.
It wasn't just, oh, good job.
Yeah.
You know, you actually got like some finances, you
Yeah.
got something for that.
Yeah. That was a really nice moment, and it made me feel really good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that was another stepping stone into my, plants are good, they make money, you eat them. So, and the chickens, that's when I learned about chicken keeping. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, that hen, it was indoors most of the time, so it laid all
Oh,
of one egg its whole life, and I thought that egg was going to be a chick. So when my
yeah.
uncle cooked it, I was so devastated. I cried and cried. I didn't know
Well,
anything about chickens back then.
but at least he only ate the egg
Yeah.
and he left the chicken.
When I wasn't there, I'm sure he had the chicken.
Well, I mean, after some time,
Yeah.
after some time,
But yeah. And then all right, then fast forward to coming to America.
coming to America. Tell
So
us about it.
I came when I was 10,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we lived in a condo, top floor, so no gardening, no land, no nothing. But
Mm-hmm.
my stepdad, I don't know what came to him, but he decided he was going to do some bucket gardening, like, raised gardening. And he got the Home Depot buckets, and he grew some nice tomatoes. They were
Yeah.
really like sweet. I don't know what he used as fertilizer and everything, but
Uh-huh.
they were like eating fruits, like real
Oh,
juicy
wow.
and sweet. And the way I remember them in the Philippines, because in the Philippines, fruit is super, like tomato is a fruit. It's supposed to be sweet. Whereas when I came to
Mm-hmm.
America, fruit like a tomato was not
Very
sweet at
sweet.
all.
So do you know if it was a cherry tomato or was it like a
It
standard
was
paste tomato?
no, it was a big beef
It was
steak type.
a beefsteak
Yeah.
tomato. Okay. Oh yeah, he wasn't playing.
So that was where I got that, you can grow plants in small spaces. That's where I got
Mm-hmm.
that inspiration from. And then, yeah, fast forward, college and all that. Didn't do anything for a long time. And yeah, moved from apartment to apartment. So there wasn't really any space. But then at some point, after we got married, we saved money, and because we wanted property, we wanted to stay out of the big New York City. So we moved up north, closer to Albany, which was still a city for jobs, but not like
Uh-huh.
the congestion that is all of New York. And so we found a piece of property up in the Catskills, and it was another 3-acre plot. Yeah, and still on the
Oh,
mountainside.
wow.
Yeah,
I
I always end up in the mountains for some reason, which I
mhm.
love, but it's not the greatest space for growing things.
I would 3 acres. Oh my goodness.
But they were,
Yeah.
yeah, mostly wooded. We had to do a lot of tree cutting and clearing and bushwhacking. Yeah, it was a lot of bushwhacking in the beginning. So we really like owned our property. We didn't just like have something perfect and like be ready for us. We really
Mhm.
like had to do it all
Yeah.
ourselves, save the money and develop it, and we managed to like just be on the cusp of where the prices were increasing. So,
Uh-huh.
like you had to buy material, it was always like on the upside of things.
Of
We
course.
weren't.
And you know what? Now that more and more people are getting into gardening, the prices are steadily increasing,
Mhm.
steadily increasing. I remember one of the big things that hit me was the price of peat moss
Mm.
and the price of perlite. Those things used to be so cheap or affordable,
Yeah.
economical, whatever you want to say. Now it's ridiculous. The prices have tripled and quadrupled from, just a few years ago, and the prices is steadily going up. So I am definitely trying to, reuse, repurpose, recycle, keep um soil stores, and then, mix in amendments, mix half and half of a commercial, store product with the stuff I have at home.
Yeah.
But you're right, coming in on the upside, in the end, I would say, depending on how dedicated you are to gardening, farming, homesteading, whatever, it ends up being worth it. But oh my goodness, do you pay on the front end?
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Let's see. I have grabbed my
Yes,
last
more
show and tell.
pictures. We want to see them.
So at the time that we bought our property, the property next door to us came available, and it had our little trailer home on it. So we were able to make our start with that property. Just show you that little trailer
Hmm.
home. Where is it? There it is. Like a single wide, they call it.
Yeah.
So that's where we built my first chicken coop out of
Oh, wow.
salvage materials from my husband's job at the time.
And I bet
And
you the chickens loved it. I bet you they loved it.
so there's some of the first chickens I ever had. Can you see?
Oh, okay. So tell us a little bit about chickens, like what breed and what, is it really as easy as they say to take care of them? How much space did you need? Tell us a little, girl, because everybody interested in chickens now. So tell us about
Yeah.
it.
So when I started, I just knew I didn't really have like I wasn't paying attention to YouTube. I didn't have those wonderful
Hmm.
people to tell me, what was what. I think maybe I'd gotten one of those magazines at like a Tractor Supply or something, Backyard Chickens, and
Hmm.
so I was able to see like the the buff Orpington. Those are very popular. And then I got the Wyandotte, the silver laced Wyandotte. Those were my first two birds that I'd gotten, and
Okay.
we put them in a box, a big box in the kitchen.
Hmm.
That's how they were, with like a little heat lamp that you're not supposed to use, but it is what we had at the time.
Yeah.
Nobody burned down, so and yeah, they just had this little coop, and I had a little tiny. I fenced it in a little bit around the coop, and
Hmm.
they were fine for a long time. And we even moved them from that space to the next door space. So I
To the
had
next
them.
door.
I had
Now
them live,
those
and
those two breeds that you had, are they specific egg laying? Because I know you have egg laying chickens, you have meat bird chickens, and then you have like dual purpose. So
right.
those
So
two
these,
breeds, what were they?
huh? Good question. They might have been dual, but I'm pretty sure they were specifically egg laying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because that was all I was interested in at that time.
I know that's right. Now, how long did it take from the time that so you got the chicks when they were, I don't know, what, a week old, 2 weeks or whatever, but how long did it take from the time that you got them to the time where you got like your first egg?
It takes about, depends, but what is it? 20 weeks? Less than that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is it? What's 20 weeks? 5 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess 20 weeks sounds about right. But
Yeah.
you get them like super quick. Like before, if we're getting them in the mail, you're practically getting them like 2 days, 3 days old. They rush them
Okay.
out the door real quick from the
Mm-hmm.
time they hatch. So when you get home, you really gotta start feeding them and giving them water because they haven't had that yet.
Okay. Now, David, you have chickens, don't you? You tell us about your chickens. Let's see what you got. What you saying about chickens? Because I know you feed them ladies. I hear them on your videos. Let's see. We have
Hey,
Troy has
Troy.
entered the live stream. Thank you for joining us, Troy. We appreciate you. So I don't have any chickens. My dad has chickens.
Okay.
My dad has chickens. I'm not even gonna try to lie and say I know the breeds or the colors, but y'all, he have this one. And Dad, if you watching either the live stream or the replay, you already know the hen I'm talking about. The pattern of her feathers almost scares me. She's like that horror film hen. I don't know. It's just something about the pattern of her feathers. It really scares me. Hey, G Mama, what's going on? Thank you
Hi,
for joining
Mama.
us. I sure appreciate you being here. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like animals. I like animals, and when they lay the eggs, I eat them. But it is something about the pattern of her feathers. It's black and white. It's almost like a salt and pepper
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, and I don't know what it is, but I can't. I can't look, I can't look, but I will take that egg though. I just take the egg, but I can't look. So, so you started off with those. How many chickens did you start off with? Because look like you had a few in that picture.
Yeah, I guess I did. I don't remember. Maybe like a dozen. Dozen sounds about right. No, maybe
Mm-hmm.
more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, maybe 20. It looks
Oh,
like a
so
lot.
and did all of them make it to the point of laying eggs?
I'd like to say yes, but we did have a dog attack at one point, so I did lose a
Mm,
couple like
yeah.
early on. So I'm not sure when exactly. But yeah, I never like got crazy with how many I had. I wasn't like the type who ordered and kept getting chickens or anything. So I let a
Okay.
lot of them just live out their lives.
Uh-huh.
And then
So
there were
did
at
you
some
eat them
point
after they lived out their lives? Did you
there
eat
was
them? Tell
only
the truth.
one. My mother, God bless her, she butchered one because I couldn't do
You
it.
could. I heard that you're supposed to like you have to grab them real tight. You have to hang them upside down.
Yeah, get them all
Cause,
disoriented
cause,
and the
cause
blood
when you
rushing.
do the thing, like they jiggle around like a lot.
Right.
Even after you gotta be firm to
Yeah.
grasp them. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it either. I would have to. Yeah,
It'd have
I
to be
couldn't do
quick.
it.
I would do the axe
It.
and like just drop it. I couldn't do like that kind of thing.
Hold on, Joy. That sounds like your knife or whatever is a little dull or a little jagged. We gotta be quick with the slice. It's gotta.
But my mom, like, I picked the worst chicken to do it because she was like the meanest one. But it turns out she was the meanest because she was the most egg laying one. Because when we opened her up, she had so many eggs. I'm like, holy crap.
Y'all, hold on. My little embarrassing little background done fell down. We just gonna
Oh.
move it out the way. It's okay.
All
It's
right,
all right.
what's
We're
wrong
gonna
with your
keep rolling.
background? It's
We're gonna
awesome.
keep rolling. We just yeah, we gonna keep rolling. I
Wait,
didn't
wait,
this
wait.
because this light sometimes it's not a real power. It's like a kind of nighttime reading light,
Uh-huh.
but sometimes it's like a distraction to me because you
Uh,
see kind of like this wooden board behind me and then you see this light. But this is the only way that I could position my laptop and stuff. But we ain't gonna pay attention to that. I want to hear about hacking these chickens.
well, it was terrible because it was like really rubbery, and tough. So that was my experience with chickens.
So Happy Mac says my grandma was a chicken wrangler when she was
Oh, that's
young.
even worse.
When I
Oh
found
no.
out, made me look at her a different way for a while. Wait, but Happy Mac, she was bringing in the food though. She was making sure that your stomach was full. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, my
Oh,
grandmother
Cece.
butchered
Oh,
them too. Hi,
uh-huh.
Cece.
Cece said the board back is better. Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you like it. I just have to make sure I don't bust my head on this thing though. So that's another reason why if y'all see me like that probably mean I bust my head on it, but I'm gonna be all right though. I just need like a few minutes to like recuperate, gain consciousness, and then I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I want to go back to something Happy Mac wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I can't legally sell seedlings or living plants in New York without a permit.
Let's see.
What?
Let's
That's
let's go.
nuts.
Oh, go back. Yeah, let's go back to that. Okay.
Because we're
Oh
having issues
wow.
now with our county. The county,
Mm-hmm.
some of the legislators are not wanting us to be an agricultural area. So they're trying to push out the current farmers, and I don't know how like far reaching that goes if they're going to start banning chickens and stuff. Because I know there's like a limit on
Wow.
roosters and whatnot, which we don't listen to. It's
Yeah.
another man. But yeah, that concerns me that he's further upstate than me,
Mm-hmm.
and that they're not letting them sell seedlings without a permit. That's scary. That's really scary.
Wow.
And especially now at the time we're in where food prices are going bananas, to
Right.
limit people's life like that, not
So
good.
yeah, so Happy Mac, does that only um apply if you were going to like a farmer's market or something like that? So if you had, and I'm not, for YouTube, we ain't trying to break no laws or whatever. I'm just asking a question. Inquiring minds want to know. So if you had the seedlings at your home, could you swap or trade at your house? Is this only if you are selling in a public place or what? Because that seems, but you know what, the is infringement, is infringement, and especially if you live in not the city, you know but to me, no
Mm-hmm.
matter where you live, but if you're not living in the city, where the closer you get to the city, the more regulations there are. But I
Right.
have found, and I've seen this, and it's in cities everywhere in the state. You know what, between California and New York, if our two states don't have the most regulations, rules, restrictions,
Mm-hmm.
guidelines for literally everything under the sun,
Yeah.
East Coast to West Coast, is our two states. If you want to be regulated,
You live there.
come to these two states.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, not even in your front yard. Yes, indeed.
That's terrible.
Wow.
That's so scary.
That's crazy. It's like I feel like there is a push against people being self-sustainable,
Mm-hmm.
a push away from that, and a push towards being dependent on whatever our local, state, and federal officials want for us. So I can't grow a cucumber in my yard, even in a bucket, but I can go to the store and buy the GMO cucumber
Mm-hmm.
that look and taste like plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't live out in the suburbs or the country, but I can get an apartment in a 500 unit, building in a 15-minute city. But y'all, I'm gonna stop right there because we talking about gardening. Don't don't think I don't have my opinion. Just like everybody else, I have my opinion about a lot of things. My eyes are wide open, just as to what's, going on from what I see from my perspective only. I'm not speaking for anybody else, but I'm not blind. So I'm trying to do what I can
Yeah.
to just, be ready today and tomorrow and next week and next month. I'm trying to be ready. That's why when y'all see my videos and you see I have like the overhead phone and y'all see I got the glasses on, you already know where I'm going. You know where I'm at. Cause I'm staying prepared like all the way around. But back to them
Yes.
chickens, y'all. Back to the chickens, the rice. Hold on. So now we talked about the chickens. We talked about the rice. We need some vegetables on the plate now. Joy, what we what we got? What you have started in your basement or what kind of vegetables what we working with before this stream gets shut down?
Oh my gosh.
Let's let's get back to the vegetables.
I don't understand how streams get shut down though. That's another thing. Anyway, right now I've got my brassicas are the latest thing I've gotten in. What is it? The broccoli, the cauliflower,
Hmm.
the Brussels sprouts, the collards. Yep, those are there. I'm gonna need to start my Swiss. I don't know why I didn't put Swiss chard in the mix, but Swiss chard needs to get in. Spinach coming up. Yeah, all the greens. All the greens are needing to get going.
So
We
I am behind on everything. I'm not I have been
but you're
so
not.
focused on, yeah, I know that's true. I've been so focused on trying to save these fruit trees and stuff. I have not sown any new seeds. So all of the old stuff that you saw, oh, by the way, everything from my soil and seed experiment, all that stuff is dead. But it was only an experiment.
Aw.
I was just
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
test my seeds, test my soil. So I didn't
Yeah.
really do that experiment to actually grow those things. I just wanted to test my seeds and my soil. I think both are good. I think maybe it was weather, um environment, timing. I think it just was something else, y'all. The seasons are different. The weather is different. Things are just different, and I'm learning that I have to, modify my regimen and my schedule to, match up with these modifications. I am thankful that I live in a growing zone, where I have a little bit more time to get things right.
Yeah.
But every year it seems to be something else. Every season it seems to be something else. So I'm gonna get some seeds started. I'm gonna get some stuff in my raised beds. But right now I'm just looking to Joy for all of the stuff that she had planted and getting started because, you know, whatever I already had from whenever I did it, like last year, like literally like last year, that's what I have. I do have some stuff in Aunt Jerry's raised bed. Some collards are coming up, some carrots. The Swiss chard, if y'all ever seen any of my videos with the little Swiss chard, it stayed the same size for like 2 months, but now it's growing.
Oh, good.
But not anything like specific. I have to apologize. I got a confession. We're gonna do garden confessions right quick.
Okay.
Miss Joy, if you would just allow me. And while I'm talking, if you have a garden confession, if anybody in the chat, if y'all have a garden confession, just get ready. Because I'm gonna ask you, go ahead, post it in the chat. Miss Joy, you get ready. This is my garden confession. Back in I I don't need, let's say 2020, 2021, I don't know. I um I sowed some sweet potatoes, just literally the organic sweet potatoes from out the store, the Japanese sweet potatoes, the ones that's purple on the outside and cream on the inside. That's my all time. I know I'm from the South and all, but those sweet potatoes are my favorite of all kind. I grew them. I transplanted them into a larger pot. I grew them some more. I like literally, it was like a year and a half, almost. Yeah, it had to be like a year and a half. And by the time I harvested them, I think the potatoes just drew from their own bodies or whatever. Basically, the potatoes were little fingerlings by the time I got to them. So I planted new sweet potatoes. And I kept saying, okay, y'all, it's not going to be like last time. It's not going to be like last time. I am going to plant these things. I'm going to grow them. I'm going to tend to them. And I am going to harvest them. Ladies and gentlemen, my garden confession is the sweet potatoes, they've been dead like a long time, y'all. In the 15-gallon bucket, I still have not turned over the bucket. I am like shame and embarrassed now to even do it. And I don't know what's going to be in the bucket. That's my garden confession. One day, y'all, I'm going to get it right with these sweet potatoes. That's my confession. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Miss Joy, do you have a garden confession? And it could be a good thing. Like your garden confession could be a good thing. It doesn't have to be.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Doesn't have to
So
be.
many.
It doesn't have to be like literally not tending the garden and just letting stuff grow and die. It could be something positive.
Oh, I don't know. There's too many to name. Well, that bucket should be fertile because maybe the
That's
worms
what.
got
Yeah,
in
look.
there and
Yeah,
started
that's what
eating them.
Cece said. I have a bucket of compost. I guess I'm
Exactly.
a
There you
yeah.
go.
You know what? I guess I do. I guess I have got to, just for the sake of like redemption. I need to close this hole in my soul with that sweet potato bucket. And I need to do a quick clip video of just we need to see. We all need to see what's in that bucket.
Yes.
I I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. Hold her accountable.
All right, so Joy, you're not gonna share with us, like you're not gonna, that's you don't have nothing.
I'm not good with these spur of the moment questions. I gotta
That's
think
for
about
oh, okay,
it.
all right. Well, let's get back on track then. Let's get back on track because the topic of today's live stream is inspirations. Thank you so much if you are just joining us, or if you're coming back and you watching the replay, we appreciate it. The topic today is inspirations. We talked about our grandmothers as kind of like our original inspirers,
Yeah.
inspirational, people. Then Joy shared many beautiful pictures with us of her early gardening days in the Philippines and now here in the US. I didn't have any pictures, so I just kind of kept telling stories about my grandmother and my dad. But inspiration in the chat. Like, who inspired you or what? Oh, we didn't bring up books. So if we have any books, but if you have people in your life, from early childhood, or maybe you just started growing last year or this year, if you have any books, any social media influencers, YouTube
Yep.
channel, Instagram, all of that. Like, how did you get into gardening? What inspired you? And if you want to tell us about it, hey, hit up the chat. We don't know how to bring people up, and I don't know if we can do that. We'll figure it out eventually. But if you have an inspiration story, let us know. Meanwhile, Joy gonna she gonna carry us because guess what? Now look, we over the hour mark again. You know what? This is good. This is good.
Yes. Well, if you have extra time, I just want to input. Like I love watching the gardeners that are in my region, obviously, but I
Mm-hmm.
do, especially through the winter. You guys in California, and then the people across the pond, they really get me through the winter blues because they can still grow stuff.
Yes. Yes.
And I really need that to be like, okay, I have that to look forward to. Hold on to that spirit
Mm-hmm.
because it is miserable here. But let me just finish off with my first like in-ground garden of my own at this property. And they had
Let's
left like a
see
little
it.
raised bed. So I had put in some stuff, but I know that there was there was some berries that came up in that property, blackberries,
Oh,
raspberries.
wow.
But then I had put
Oh,
in like I don't even know. Were they squash, cucumbers? What? What did I grow?
what? In the chat, help us out. What is
Beans?
it?
I think there were beans. There were beans for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I grew.
Now,
I
hold
threw
on,
some
Joe.
seeds
You
in.
went from beans to squash. Hold up.
I don't know. No, these are beans, and then looks like a squash of some kind. But I threw some seeds in my first year at that house, and
Mm-hmm.
then but I don't have any other pictures after that until I came to YouTube. I stopped recording, my gardening prowess because I was failing at that point.
You know what? Speaking of pictures, tell me this, Joy. How many pictures of your garden do you have in your phone? Hold on. Is it A, less than 10? Is it B, 11 to 25? Is it C, 25 to 50? Or is it D, 10,000?
Here's where I'm different. I'm not one of those people who collect their pictures on their phone. I have a 10 at most because I know I will lose my phone. My phone could get hacked and I would lose everything. So as long as like the end of the day, I'm
Uh-huh.
uploading to my zip drive or whatever drive
Mm-hmm.
out what's it called? Hard drive. I'm uploading constantly my
Oh, yeah.
photos, my videos. I do not save much on my phone. My kids have like 2 pictures on there in
Mm-hmm.
case I lose them. And I'm like, this is what my kids look like. But my phone does not hold a lot of photos. Sorry.
Okay. So CC says D D D, G Mama Grows says
All
C
of it.
D E F G and beyond. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I don't have a bazillion I had so many pictures of my garden on my phone that when I went to record a video, I couldn't because
See, exactly. That's right. Yeah,
because so I connected my phone to my laptop, transferred the pictures over. And you know what I did? I did like I opened up just enough space so I could record the video because I was in a zone. Now
that's
tell me now,
it.
every y'all have a YouTube channel, you upload videos and stuff. When you get in the zone, right? Don't you have to record like while you in the zone? Because if too much
Oh, yeah.
time pass and you're not actually recording, all kind of other stuff can come up, like the next project, or you hungry, you have to go somewhere. Yo, and when I'm recording videos, I'm always about to go somewhere. I always I feel like I'm always squeezing in videos like in between having to go somewhere.
Right.
But anyway, but yes, I have a bazillion pictures of my garden. I mean, I take pictures of it. I mean, I would take like one plant and I have different angles, like I'm hitting it up. I mean, because I have to see every little thing. When I go to the garden stores, shopping for, just garden stuff, like I'm taking a picture of the stuff on the shelf or whatever. Now I'm gonna tell you one way that helps me though. When I'm shopping in stores, I'll take a picture of the item, including the price tag, because sometimes when you get to the register, the price
Ah.
is not what was on the shelf. That has saved me a number of times. But then I picked up the habit of now taking even more pictures. But then it makes me mad because I go back and I see like what the price used to be not that long ago and what the price
Oh,
is now.
right.
I'm telling you so. But yeah, we've gone over our hour mark. Let's see. Cece says I have a GoPro and a Canon camera, but my phone before I know that's right. Right, y'all, right now, I need to transfer garden pictures off of my phone because I'm editing a garden video. I'm editing a natural hair video and I need space just to do the editing because I do everything from my phone. I want to
Ah.
get a camera. I would like to get a dedicated camera for like social media recording and
Mhm.
pictures and stuff. But I'm not there yet. What do you use to record your videos?
I do use my phone. I used to
Uh-huh.
use like a Canon, but it was too bulky and stuff. So now it's just my
Uh-huh.
phone. But I upload to my desktop and I edit on a desktop.
Okay. So Cece, your Canon camera, is it, kind of like the traditional camera, or is it one of those small form factor cameras with the what you call it, with the viewfinder?
Flip screen.
Like what kind of Canon camera do you have? Let's see, just going through some of the chat and seeing what people three old phones. That's you know what before I got the phone that I got, I had my old phone. I think I had a Samsung S8 Plus. Now, cause I got to include the plus. And I just got the phone that I have now. I just got it last year. I didn't even intend on getting a new phone then, but I came in and I was asking about something, and the guy was like, "Oh, well, can I see your phone?" Girl, when I pulled out the phone, I know he wanted to laugh. He put his head down and like turned away a little bit. He was like, "You still have this phone?" I do. Yes. Yes, I do. I do. So yeah, vlogging camera, Canon SX74. Yeah, I have to ask my daddy about that. He's a professional photographer, so he knows all about those cameras and stuff like that. But I need something, and I want something that's lightweight, something that I mean, maybe not put in my pocket, but something that I can, carry in my purse. It can't be bulky. It can't be, because if that's the case, I could just use my camera. I mean, my cell phone, but I would love to have a dedicated, like, social media camera. That way, maybe I wouldn't have so many pictures on my phone. So,
I'm liking the what are those, the ones that take time, oh, what is it, they take pictures really slow, like click click click, and then it makes a movie. What are they called? Time
oh,
lapse camera. I want
time.
one of
Okay.
those.
Do you? I might have a feature like that on my cell phone. Y'all know these cell phones can do
Oh yeah,
everything
that's
now. But I still would like to separate,
mm-hmm.
my cell phone for cell phone use,
Yeah,
which I mean you can do everything on your cell phone, but I still would like to have, something separate for that.
yeah.
So Joy, what are we good? You know what? I didn't really see, maybe I missed it, but I didn't see inspirations
We
from the
veered off
chat.
on the topic
I know,
with the
David, you
camera.
you you gonna inspire us with this rice challenge because I'm gonna be looking for your video. I'm gonna be looking
I,
for your video. Everybody who in here, I'm about to tag you. I'm gonna be looking for y'all rice video. Joy gonna start us off though.
all right, all right. I gotta get myself together there. So I can't start mine till maybe April, early May. But
You trying to say that
I
I
will.
I have to start it off? That what you saying? I'm
I can start it, but I can't start
no. So
it.
so okay, this is the plan right here, Joy. I'm telling you, a 5 gallon bucket because you said I could do a 5 gallon bucket like 3/4 the way with soil, flood the rest, that filled the whole rest with water.
You want to make sure it's like it that the seed's not just gonna drop in to the bottom, you know. So however much soil you need to be like what, swampy, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, that's what the only reason I don't want to fill it all the way to the top with soil because once I put the water, then it's gonna spill over the side. So I wanted to have, just a little space, maybe
Lip.
like
Yeah.
1 or 2
Yeah.
inches
Yeah.
off the top so I can, put the water and then, just kind of put the seeds into the mush. I'm not going to add any fertilizer, but the soil that I'm going to be using probably already has some kind of fertilizer or some compost or so. It has something in it already, but I'm basically going to take soil that I have, you know, up to the top, except for like the top 2 inches. That'll be soil, flood the rest with water, put the seeds, sit it out in the sun, and just we gonna see what happens. And I'm
How?
hoping for a cup of rice, y'all. One cup of rice
Yes.
is the goal. I'm trying
You
to.
can use the potato bucket. The
That
soil,
one,
not the bucket.
but
The soil.
that one have holes in it. You got me, Joy. You got me. I'm okay. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video on that. If I don't do it this week, I'm gonna do it next week because the pot is not going anywhere. Whatever is in there, I don't think it's going anywhere. We gonna turn the bucket over, and we're gonna see what's in it. And I'm telling y'all, if grubs or June beetles, fig beetles come out
Yeah,
that pot, I'm coming to New
it's
York.
over.
I'm I'm coming. I'm coming to New York. I'm coming to Texas. Where everybody else from? I'm coming. I'm coming. Y'all know those fig beetles. I can't. But that's like a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic.
Now let me ask you one more thing. When you visit your
Okay.
dad, like in Louisiana now, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you like share him some knowledge? Do you drop some knowledge on him, or does he know it all?
He knows so much more than I do, but I will share with him like my experiences of what I'm doing here. Um because now I know more about this climate in this area now, living here.
Me.
Um, even though I grew up in Louisiana, southern Louisiana, my dad still has more gardening knowledge of the area than I do. And especially because things are changing, things are changing in all of our growing zones. So
Yeah.
even let's say the things that I knew when I was growing up, at home in Louisiana, that may not be the things now. And we have to learn to adapt with the changes because if I was still growing the way that I knew, when I was younger, and so many, pest pressure, weather, just even when you purchase soil and amendments, they're putting different things in it, so we have to adjust to that. But yeah, my dad, he knows more, but I talked to him. I sent him some of those 10,000 pictures on my phone, you know, and he'll help me kind of like troubleshoot, and stuff like that. I try to do video calls sometimes so I can show my grandmother, hey, this is what I have, this is that. And she will look at it. She is 100 years old and her eyes are sharper than an eagle's. I promise you. But she'll look at the picture and she'll say, oh, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And even though she's never grown in California, she's only grown in Louisiana, she still has that knowledge and that wisdom to share with me, to help me out here.
Oh,
So,
nice.
but yeah. Girl, and when I go home cause Louisiana, them bugs, oh my God. People say, how can you be a gardener and you don't like bugs? I didn't like them when I was little. I don't like them now. The bugs are everywhere. I have the hat on. I don't know if y'all saw, I did like some videos the last time I went home. I had this big old hat on, long sleeve, pants, swamp boots.
Yeah.
I can't, y'all. Yeah.
That's how I keep skinny in the summer because I'm wearing all the stuff and sweating it all out.
In the sweat. Girl, I cut my daddy grass when I went home last year and I barely did like half of the front yard. And I promise you, like I lost 10 pounds. I probably need to go back home though. Maybe I could just keep if I cut the grass, because you have to cut the grass look like almost every week. But if I cut the grass like every 10 days or something like that, if I cut the grass for like one summer, I probably be down to my goal weight. But that's another video too. So
Right.
let me see. Oh, Happy Mac says my grandparents were my inspiration for gardening. Great Depression
Great
kids
depression
grow
kids. Yep.
everything, waste nothing. Amen. Amen. And I feel like it's coming back around to the time where we need to be doing the same thing. So I definitely I agree with that.
Well, I'm
All
glad
right,
I'm going to
Joy.
be able
So
to impress this upon my kids, whether they pick it up or not. But I'm glad it's there in the back of their mind that
mm-hmm.
it's something they could and should do. Yeah.
So are we ready to sign off, Joy, or what? Let's
I
see.
think
Is anything
so.
else popping in the chat?
I had a thought pop in and then it popped back out. So, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, lots of stuff we covered today, and we got to get that challenge up. And I think we got some other things we can work on talking about next time, even if it's like, what phone do we want to use?
I
Equipment.
know, right? So Joy and I were thinking, so we did our first live stream 2 weeks ago. And so we're thinking, maybe every 2 weeks. So every other Monday about this time, at least until Joy's schedule picks up. Because y'all know when it's garden time, like when the spring, when everything wake up and it's time to get rolling, like it's time to get rolling. Um,
Yep.
so I think the idea for us right now with this live stream is pretty much every other Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, for about an hour ish
Or
or
so.
so, half, um, just until, our schedule allows. And then maybe, later on when it's, the garden is taking more of our time, maybe we still can, pop in and
Yeah.
kind of do some quick live streams. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I mean, I do. I learned a lot. I
Super
am
fun.
meeting more people, doing the live streams. I'm subscribed to probably all of y'all channels. Happy Mac. I have to check. I have to check with Happy Mac, but I think I'm subscribed to almost everybody else, channel that's in the chat. I watch as many videos as I can, and like I say, I may not comment on every video, but every video I watch, I always give the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Always, 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 y'all, because y'all know life be lifing. But
Yep.
yeah. Oh, Debbie says, see y'all in the garden. Yes, that's right. That's right. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Debbie. All right. Well, I'll start off with my info there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Contact me if you want to do any lives. Speaking of lives, I will not be doing my Wednesday live. I want to get garden stuff going, and since I did today, I think that's enough live for 1 week. And yeah, I have, what do I have coming up? The mini greenhouse that I built is coming up in a video. And then I did more compost. I moved my compost, so I'll be putting that up soon too. And
Mm-hmm.
then more plants coming your way.
More plans. And tell us about your other channel too, because you have another channel.
Oh, right. My Joy Unhinged channel is where I'll be posting like baking that I just got started before this live, actually. And then I've got some skincare that I'm starting to put in, although not as much because, you got to go through that stuff at some point. It takes a while. And then
Mm-hmm.
just general other things than gardening, maybe going out into the world and like maybe visiting other people's garden. Well, no, that would be garden related. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
That's where I like to rant about like things that may be bothering me that week or something.
I like those. I like those videos. Well, I have my contact information scrolling at the bottom. I'm only here on YouTube. If you see a Healing Means channel on Pinterest, I tried, y'all. I tried. It's like I think it's mostly my natural hair content because I started off my YouTube channel as natural hair content and then I started adding, other stuff in there. But y'all just don't. I keep saying I'm gonna try to update that Pinterest and I just y'all, I'm only on YouTube, okay? I'm only on YouTube. I have my Cash App, my PayPal, I have my PO box. It's just there, support if the spirit moves you. If it doesn't, please just check out my channel, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff. And just thank you so much for joining us in the live stream. Or if you coming and watching the replay, I hope we made you laugh. I hope we made you think. I hope that even in some small way, we inspired you as we have been inspired.
Very nice.
And that's it.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you all again soon.
Have a blessed day. Bye.
Bye.